Every student at industrial design is to develop a professional identity and vision over the course of their studies. This is important to differentiate from other designers and it allows you to make a conscious decision on your learning path. But before looking into this any further, we have to have a look what is exactly the definition of a professional identity and vision, as used at the university. The Industrial Design Department at TUE states that a professional identity is something along the lines of who you are as a designer. It is in constant development as you need to constantly reflect. It describes who you want to be as a designer and is placed in the context of your vision. A vision is an inspiring and coherent set of ideas and beliefs. It has a long-term perspective and one should be able to deduce the competencies that must be developed. It should serve as a point of reference and should be connected to the professional identity. We have spoken with multiple designers to help you in this process.
My name is Cas, and this is Joris, and together we have Studio Krom. These are Chris and Pieter, and they're from Studio Welgeen, and we both make interactive experiences.
My name is Matthijs van Kruisen. I'm a designer. I have a company together with my wife, Ina.
My name is Reina Ovinge, and I'm owner of the Knitwit table.
We had a look into how these designers work and what their thinking process involves. So, how do these designers that are already working in the field define themselves?
I'm a designer, information designer and art director, part-time teacher at Fontes.
I have some skills in software development and designing, so I call myself a creative programmer and do a lot of design experiments.
And I'm both a designer and a developer, so I think Chris coined the term, but it's probably from similar, and I'm co-owning Studio Krom.
The co-founder of Studio Krom, a design studio where we make interactive experiences. The cool thing about what we do is that you can make new experiences that beforehand weren't possible. So you stretch a bit of reality, you make something possible that wasn't possible before, and people can experience that.
Making stuff, I think that's probably what connects us. And experimented, and slowly it brought into in our jobs as teachers.
It's also a bit about the freedom you have, because if I work for a big company and I have a boss that tells me what to do or does the art direction, I get frustrated.
Our company is a multidisciplinary office, so we have different kinds of designers in-house. Can be about identity or art-related projects or more commercial-related projects. And we combine all these disciplines to make the best out of these three fields.
What we are doing is giving education to professionals in the fashion industry. That can be designers, product developers, buyers, managers. And what we want to show is how you come, for example, from sheep to sweater or from a goat to a garment, showing the whole supply chain and making people aware of the work behind a sweater, but also how you can make the whole process more sustainable. We also have our own label, Track and Trace. In this way we show our garments and it's also a way for us to show the whole process to everybody.
Considering what inspires us, I think one answer could be like designers that you admire or books that you read, movies, but in essence I would say everything. I think it's the way you look at the world, think how you experience things, and you certainly have some small projects that you think that's really inspiring and that triggers you to try something else, but I think it's the whole definition of looking around and wonder about how things work. So
I think for me I have two ways I can get inspired visually. Like it could be everything, like a glass of water breaking the light in a strange way, but also ideas or concepts or daydreams, and that's more conceptually. So I have those two things, and if you have a nice visual thing you have to find the story, and if you have the story you have to find the nice visual part of it.
I guess it's kind of a natural attitude, how you look at things.
Yeah. And collect it. You have to collect
yeah.
it on a big pile of inspiration, images, videos, texts.
Yeah, but it's kind of more what you do with the inspiration
Yeah.
and getting
Yeah.
the inspiration itself. I think what Peter says is probably right for me at least as well. A lot of times while reading, I'll just write a small sentence down because it's inspired. I'm not even sure if it's inspiring, but it's memorable, and then later it might spark some idea or something. But where it comes from, I can't really pin it down.
I think for us it's more of an attitude that's always happening, and sometimes it's really with a goal, and sometimes it's useless or without any goal. And when it's
But
opens your mind.
I have like periods where I have little obsessions.
we know.
But that you dive into some sort of
So
paint style or whatever, and then watch
there was a
everything
period
about
that I
it.
really like the iSpired.
iSpired.
iSpired it's a website where a lot of inspiring artists are making stuff.
What inspires me come from different directions. So it can be nature. We are in the middle of nowhere, even the wind around the house. But it can be a movie or visiting a city or an exhibition. It can be anything.
What inspires me? That's an interesting question. The love for the material, the love for a product, the love for the work which is behind this product, and finally the outcome, that it's really nice. I want to be the product sustainable, of course, but besides that I also love the touch and the feeling and how the outcome is. So for me it's also very important that it's very nice to see. What inspiring is nature, for example. I'm also inspired by animals, but also by people. Yeah, I think if you are really look around you, then everything is inspiring you.
Another project that we're really proud of was the Chop Chop chair, and we met each other on a Thursday, Friday. We were sitting outside with some notes and some books and pencils, and we came up with some ideas and said, okay, this could be interesting based on sketches. What I really liked is that, oh Chris, I can make this in a web development environment, and Chris created it in a day, for example, the first prototype, and Cas immediately said, okay, I can do this with it, and in a weekend the whole concept was there, and after that we started iterating and make it better and interesting. But I thought the fun and the quick part of that development I really liked.
Yeah, but also the whole idea was clear on that Thursday evening. Like in 10 minutes it was, okay, this is cool. And then the next day Chris finished almost 80% of the whole thing. And then kind of naturally, in a kind of flow.
We made it in our garden.
Yeah.
We made with the wood, and then a friend of ours, Jeroen, said, "Oh, I can make it from the metal."
And that was the fun thing. It was
and all came together, and then there was the design week. So, let's do that. Okay, we made some
nothing planned,
interesting,
just naturally.
Yeah, naturally, and then you are painting all kinds of how do you call it, boxes to put your chair on it, and then it was 1 hour before the opening of the Dutch Design Week, and it worked.
One of the retail projects that we did is for Tom and Dry, a kids fashion brand. And sometimes as a company we are asked to do the identity, and from the identity you can have the shops and you can have a graphic identity. But in this case we started with shops, and we used so much new graphics that we were asked to expand that assignment to do the whole identity of the whole company. And in this brand book that we made to show how they can do it in the company itself, we give them the book so they can work with it. They don't need us anymore from the moment that they receive the book.
The Dutch sweater project. In Holland, for example, we have 800,000 sheep. They are mainly kept for meat, but there's also 2 million kilos of wool, which is it's not used anymore. Almost everything goes to China. So we don't process this wool anymore. There's not any processing industry for the wool industry kept in Holland anymore. Since the 80s it is gone. So we thought, what can we do with this Dutch wool? It's so nice, it's so good, it has such nice characters. So we collected a lot of wool. Then we processed it in Italy because there was no other possibility. But we knit it again in Holland. So we made 250 sweaters out of it. We did this project together with a Dutch brand, Joe Marino. And we sold it to customers. But together with a lot of information, a small movie. So everybody was getting aware of the fact that in the Holland we have such nice wool, but we don't do anything with it. So that was really a nice project to do, and it gained also a lot of publicity, and people liked it also because before we even finished the sweater, already 200 persons had made a reservation to get the sweater. So that was really nice.
In our field, be curious, make a lot of stuff, try new things, consume a lot.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes, and always start by making them on paper. Make them small, and I think a lot of people already have, even if they're creative or not creative or in the field or not, make your ideas visible, and then you can talk about it. And I have another tip as well, because I think it's something that we as teachers, but similar with the Carls and yours, is that take time off, wander, go for a stroll or something. That you it's always you have to do a lot of things, make a lot of things, get a lot of inspiration, do a lot, see a lot, and always give yourself some time to get bored and to do nothing. To give yourself some time and freedom.
For future designers, I would say that you have to develop different things. One is just about skills. It's about training. Like a musician, you can compose your own music, but you still need to be a good musician. So you need to train and to repeat and to experiment and to try. And on the other hand, you have to train your vision and talk a lot with others and do research, and it can be like research in the field of our society, but can also be research in the field of art. So you need to feed yourself with a lot and try to make connections, and I think that can be nice for future designers to have talks to try to make new connections from all these different ideas and inspiration.
When you design something, make sure you also know the whole life cycle of it, and also think about the whole life cycle and what you are going to do when it's finished. Make a closed loop, make a circle. I think that's the most important thing.